All right, so this lesson is the fourth lesson in protein structures and analysis, and we're going to look at proteins and biotechnology specifically today. So, oops, proteins are a vital tool in biotechnology. Enzymes can perform industrial tasks more effectively than a chemical could. Many healthcare drugs, such as hormones and antibodies, are produced using proteins in biotechnology. Scientists are also improving the functionality of natural proteins using recombinant DNA technology. So, proteins are essential for life science research. Enzymes such as restriction enzymes are foundational to molecular biology, and PCR is dependent on DNA polymerase um, working. So, the most common proteins utilized in industry are enzymes. Enzymes are used to perform industrial processes, and this is about a $2 billion industry. Um, Synthetic biology is a discipline that solves biological problems in part by engineering the proteins of an entire metabolic pathway to create synthetic organisms that can generate novel products and perform useful functions. For example, we can see the biofuel industry. Scientists are developing organisms that can process plant based food stock for cellulosic ethanol versus engineering single enzymes to be added to a reaction. Synthetic biologists are also generating effective plastic consuming bacteria for bioremediation. So, some enzymes manufactured are recombinant and some are purified from natural sources. Researchers are always looking for new enzymes that can improve the performance of existing processes. For example, we can see effective celluloses are being sought in the bioenergy industry. They can improve the efficiency of energy to production and in turn lower the fuel cost. We can also see proteins used in healthcare. So, diseases can be caused by protein deficiency or by defective proteins altogether. So, proteins can be manufactured by healthcare industries, um, can treat some of these diseases. So, we can see recombinant human growth hormones are used to treat growth hormone dependency that can cause things like dwarfism, and we can see manufactured insulin used to treat type 1 diabetes. We can also see recombinant proteins used as drugs to treat different medical conditions. Like some stroke victims are given recombinant tissue plasmageno activator, or TPA, which helps dissolve blood clots in the brain and can greatly increase survival rates. We can also see collagen sponges made from purified collagen from animals like pigs, and they are used to dress severe burn victims and ulcers to help promote the healing process. Some medical conditions are diagnosed using recombinant proteins. So, survivors of thyroid cancer are treated with recombinant thyroid stimulating hormones, and this will detect any remaining cancer cells so they could be treated. The proteins used most frequently in disease diagnosis are going to be antibodies, and antibodies specifically identify proteins associated with a medical condition or disease, and we can diagnose patients with those conditions or diseases and start treatment promptly. Life science researchers may also use use many different proteins as tools in their experiments. So we see restriction enzymes and ligase used to construct plasmids and DNA polymerase for PCR. Proteins are also used in biochemical research for antibody identification of specific molecules being our example. And then we have visible proteins, such as the green fluorescent proteins, which we've seen and can see in the fish, the glow fish that we can buy, but it can also be used to fuse to other proteins so scientists can track the location of that protein inside an animal. That is it for this mini lesson. I will see you next time for methods of protein analysis.